think we got it. Is that it? Testing 1, 2. Hello, hello. You think that I would figure out my audio before I start stream, but nay, that is not the case. Only a fool is wise. I am no fool. No, I am just a loser. All right. So we're playing with Legacy and John T today. Love them both. We played with Legacy and John T yesterday. I was Saar. Legacy, I don't remember who it was. But who were they? It was a good game. They were Yasarl. It was a long and stalled out game. we were dying. Anyway, I was Saar. I won on a technicality. So here's to game 2. Hoping that they have a better shot this time, I guess. But I'm Saar, and I wouldn't mind some. We'll throw this here. Let's see what Legacy does. Yin is solid 3. I mean, I think it's a good sort of matchup. What is Legacy gonna do? Let's see. I got no alpha. Shouldn't tell them that though. I'll keep it a secret. We're gonna do this influence one. I'm gonna stick the money one straight in front of me, and we'll probably put this influence one here. Then I can do grab, drive, and get on Rex. I mean, we'll see. We're going to set auto pass to if no abilities to use. Trade to always auto pass. Yeah, who am I? As Saar? Actually, Saar have 4. No, 3. Yeah, it's not worth it. I mean, even if it was worth it, it's not worth it. That's my opinion. But what do I know? Just a professional Twilight Imperium player. Or that's what I want to be. I aspire to be. I'm just here for fun. Speaking of which, let's do a fun little path there. Legacy will place a system in front of themselves. Can't be too upset with that. Let's inspect. Let's get rid of this background. You know me. I don't love the background. I think it gets in the way. Oh, nice. Saar wants the asteroids. Okay, we're gonna go empty here. Oh, that's too much, man. I don't love my systems. Can I do an empty? We're gonna throw an empty here. I know. Give me an asteroid. Give me an A. We got an A. We got an asteroid. If we got an asteroid field that was also an alpha here, that would be just peachy. Decent systems. You know what? I think I could push. If I push here, I'll put perimeter on the perimeter. There you go. Give me systems. Give me. Watch me just get a supernova, 3 empties. We're both wormholes. Ooh, what are we gonna do? This is nice because this can't be a hazards or nor that. Oh, but I don't have. It's me to place. I'm gonna place 1. I think we'll do Saudor. It's actually we'll do an empty here. Yeah. I mean, not knowing what the objectives are. Yeah, I couldn't believe they got them both legendary. It's just how it was dealt. And you know, as Yin, they're gonna be rolling. In ground forces, quite bluntly. If I didn't have such a rich slice myself, I would be envious. But you know what they say, envy is the heart of greed? I don't know. Alright, first action of the game, here it goes. So I'll give you guys, for those watching, and just for my own sake, a little context of these players. We've got, let's see here, Mr. Legacy, AG, and John T, and of course, Prisoner X. We played last night. I was also Saar. We had a good time. John T is a very much like by the book, by the meta player, and Legacy's a little bit more my style, kind of explore some of the maybe more experimental strategies. So let's talk about sort of our game plan. We're going to want to be prepped. We start with 4 infantry, 1 space dock, but plenty of carrier capacity. And we're going to be going 3rd. So in this case, it's going to go around the board clockwise. You know, the opposite of clockwise is often originally referred to, or maybe not. It's archaic now. It's called widdershins. Clockwise and widdershins, or widdershins and anti-widdershins. So it's going clockwise in initiative. That'll be the initiative order, turn order round rather. And oh, they're doing tech already. I can't follow tech. Brutal. That was yeah, you don't want Saar getting on Rex. Also, I mean, especially with grab drive, but also as barony. That's what I would do. Tech first action. And since they have Diplo, yeah. Barony with tech and Diplo is pretty expected. Saar with warfare is going to be nice. Though not quite. Oh, no construction. So not quite. So if we're not doing tech, we'll probably be moving a carrier here. If we move everything here and then warfare, yeah, there's no incentive. Well, actually, hold on. Commodities will be incentivized because I've got trade, so I'll have a bunch of trade goods, or commodities, excuse me, to flip on these greens. Let's say I bring this, and we'll call this an infantry, because I can't split up these infantry in the visual window. We bring this here. Commodity, commodity. You know, we might even We don't care about following leadership. Not for this or this. And not for our secret either. Let's do trade first action. We'll refill our comms, we'll get our trade goods. Then we can land here. Utilize probably abandoned warehouses. We'll bring a carrier and our infantry, of course. This guy will be stuck here with 2 infantry and a couple fighters. For next round, actually we could split them up here, and the only downside to splitting them this way is I don't put any pressure on Rex for round 2. So I think what I'll actually end up doing is sticking this here. Yeah. There. That's gonna be our... You know what? Actually, forget Grawl and Centauri. We'll end up going this way after warfare. Okay, we like it. Trade. Poppity pop. We are refreshing nobody. And what did they research? They did AI and they didn't use AI? What? Otherwise, let's do this. So we're going here, we're passing on using abilities, and we are going to move you, probably you, though realistically we don't need to yet, so we're not going to. We're going to go you, and I typically recommend bringing everything you can on warfare normally, but I've already worked out. So it's just my personal taste is really, maybe it's a little short-sighted, but I want so badly to get as many plants as I can from the first round so that I can get more, I can spend more the next round. And Barony's just strong for that. They're good on warfare, they're good on tech. They start with 3 infantry and 3 capacity for 2 systems. Plus they already start with the blue anti-mass deflectors, and no one likes researching low-level techs. I mean, I don't at least. Okay, if we're going to split these up, we need to deploy another mech. Glad I thought about that. Because now we've got 4 total ground forces to go here and here. This will go here with 2 infantry. And then we'll probably send this to protect this base stock because it's got 2 movement. Look at that. Oh, that's why I didn't need to build a mech, because I can build with I can just build right now. Let's do 1, 2. Let's make this strong. Grav drive quick is nice. Fleet and light, yeah. No, you're so right. That's probably my only downside of playing Barony, is I have enjoyed exploring yellow techs and green tech trees. But they are like, by default, like you said, they want to grab Grav drive, and then they've got 2, so why not grab fleet logistics and light wave? Like, they're moving quick on blue. They don't start with any green, any yellow, And if you want to diversify off of, you know, what is sort of ostensibly the OP tech, which is blue tech tree, their red is where you want to go, because that's where, like you said, you get non-Euclidean shielding, or even like plasma scoring. So now that those dreads that you're building, or even Duranian armor, repair one, like I saw someone with non-Euclidean and Duranian armor. The player that I played with was named Lilith. They are always showing me crazy combos, or maybe it was Their name is HUH with a question mark, if you recognize them from any of the Twilight Imperium communities. And it was just nasty. I mean, they send in 3 dreadnoughts with non-Euclidean and Duranian armor. It's like, I'll never produce enough hits to even kill a single ship. Yeah, we're doing politics. What action cards we get? Love it. Oh, could not have pulled better action cards. Well, yeah, so like, because it does work for mechs, like you said, with POK, there are mechs which are like insanely easy to deploy, and only get deployed when you need to, so you don't have to prep at all. Maybe that's really why I like Barony, is you don't have to prep to like follow warfare or to follow tech or double tech. You've got it. You don't have to prep to follow warfare to get more planets. You've got it. You don't have to think about, should I put out mechs? Do I need them later? They're gonna come out when you need them. But on your point to it, those mechs being able to combo with those techs is top tier, top bottom. Do we warfare, or do we have a good stall? You know, we do actually have a stall here. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Double check that's the system I want. Yeah, Quisin Raron. Oh, that was. For a split moment, I didn't see that my token disappeared. So for a split moment, I thought that it was pulling from whatever system was diploed, but obviously that's a home system, and they have a chance to Sabo. I'm gonna be dropping like 3 mechs on Rex. It is, yeah, it's, there's a few cards that would have done that. Flank speed would have been nice. Obviously that worked. Being able to follow tech would have also allowed me to get to Rex. I just wouldn't have had as much by not putting out these mechs. My thing is get on, like, I mean, everyone's thing is get on Rex first. My thing is, can I get onto Rex round 1? And if you just think hard enough, expect that it's yours. Like I'm all before POK, and I think before I kind of sat down and considered, like, what do I as a player enjoy about Barony, or like what faction fits what I enjoy most, which is that round 1 sort of get out and get stuff and not have to plan. I was a big fan of Winu, because getting onto Rex first was a really clear, directive. And alright, time for me to perform an action. Is there anything else I can do we're gonna go. Oh, I did play. Oh, I haven't played Warfare yet. Crazy, genuinely. Here we go. Pass on using abilities. We're gonna move. Yeah, carrier, couple infantry, 1, 2, and do we call it good there? Yeah, I think we do. And then we land ready the planet. That's what I want. Varrig. Do we use a mech ability? No, because we need every dollar to grab. Pass on using abilities. Build. We got $1. Our carriers can hold 4, so we can't really build anything much stronger than... Honestly, we won't build anything right now. End turn. Okay, let's pull up that Discord. Okay, so in the Twilight Academy server, down in my secret here it is. Okay, so this is the homebrew faction that I wanted to play it so badly. I started with the idea of doing like a neutral faction that you could play a table of six players that all have the same faction. And ooh, I can't do any more stalls. Yeah, so Warfare it is. Yin gets to build off of it, and I'm sure they're happy about that. I'm gonna go down to 2. There's nothing else to follow. Yeah, redistribute tokens. We're going down to 2, down this, up 2. Can we get another one? 3. 1, 2. Is there any reason I should be very careful about this? 1, 2. Yeah, redistribute tokens. We'll just go 2. Then we can build a bunch of shit. Okay. Alright, let's make this big. Zoom out. Okay. This is, okay, it's not well organized. Let me see if I can do the, here it is. This is the main board. So this is a Civil War of Human-Kind. It's called Oops by KC. And so it's like half of a yin yang. I mean, this was all done obviously with just like a iPad pencil, and they are contentious. When you commit infantry to a planet, if you commit 2, exactly 2, return 1 to your reinforcements. You can't ever have 2 alone. The idea was that this faction, okay, because right, if everyone's playing the same faction, it has to be sort of like it either has to be like they're all vanilla and boring, or it has to be like built with, like, my thought process was it's like built within itself. It's balanced against its own self, right? Like a yin yang. I don't know if that makes sense. When you commit, so you just can't ever have 2 of them alone committing to a planet. So you either got to do 3 or 1, and then there's a way around that. But after you activate your home system, treat XY. One thing I hated, faction infighting. One thing I hated was that the only downside of barony is they have 2 home planets to defend, and I hate losing home systems. I hate losing home systems. When I play like my own, I wish, I don't know, I like one planet home system. They're easy. So I'm like, look, if you activate your home system, but only if you activate it, not on Warfare, then they are called X and Y, by the way, as the planets in the system. there as joined for the turn. Obviously, joined is a. They have 5 commodities. I think commodities should be massive. Everyone should have tons of commodities. There should be more trading. It should be worth it to follow the secondary of trade. There's nothing weirder to me than like barony with 2. I mean, this is barony. If I was like, you know what, let's make them ironic. Okay, so that's the only thing that's changed here. Let's see what the flagship is. Units in systems adjacent to this unit next to the flagship. Oh, it's called flagship. In fact, I didn't want to like retype it, so I just was like flagship name. No, it's flagship namaste. Again, sort of a self-referential. Units and systems adjacent to this receive +1 to defensive combat rolls. That's kind of fun. The flagship is now, instead of going forward and being aggressive, it's now like everyone around. All units get +1. I mean, I love that. But only defensively. I'm a big fan. Actually, thanks for asking. This is making me so... The Civil War of Humankind. I actually really like... Okay, let's look what else we got. And if you hate it, that is totally fine. Okay, here's the X and Y planets. You can see they've got this, like... Hyperloop. Planet X is worth 5. I mean, I cranked up the numbers. But don't worry, they're about to be annoying later. There's downsides. And Y is... I'm like, look. None of this is the planet good for... money, or is it good for influence? I loved that Winu was like, you can be strong with either. I think it's a 4-3 split. And they have a special faction tech that allows them to swap it. So they went like, I think it's designed to make Mechatol Rex artificially like be able to produce 8, because that, or maybe it's their faction. I think it's a faction tech or something that Winu has where you swap the values just during that turn. And I'm like, I'll just split them up. So here are the planets. There's 5-0, and then it's flipped. I don't know where planet Y is. Probably on the other page. There's Y. Oh no, planet X? They're both planet X? I didn't think that through. With a population of exactly 2, it's hard finding the other. I don't know. Is there more to this? Okay. Faction tech is... ray guns. Your infantry in the space area participate in combat as if they were ships. I gotta end my turn, sorry. It's hard to research. Your infantry in the space area participate in combat as if they are ships. It's kind of nice. And this is just a really broken faction, actually. It's just way too strong. Okay, here we go. Perform an action. Commit. No, yeah, the 2 reds and a blue is super. It looks different. Mech ability, no. Establish. Yeah, I'll ready it. What is it? Zobat. And I will use my mech ability. And turn, back to me, activate, pass on using abilities, select all units, space and planets, go, land, yeah, I don't have time for editing either. I was just drawing it in on my iPad, as you can see. But it's got an aesthetic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Watch this. I'm gonna offer 3, and I want 1 back from you. Send request. We'll be back in. Use mech ability. Yes. Are you in the Ti4 homebrew Discord? Okay, I really need to build a ton of defensive stuff. I mean, not necessarily because there's an imminent threat, but because there is a real downside if I lose that one space dock since construction didn't happen. So I've got 4 here. I could build a dread. Do I have any trade goods? 1 trade good. 1, 2. I mean, instead of a dread, what I could do, since I can produce a lot, I could do a cruiser and 2 destroyers and 2 fighters. My production is what, 5? That covers 5. Do I want a dread? I don't know, you tell me, Gillo. A dread and 2 fighters. More ships is better for now. Yeah, you're probably right. We'll do a cruiser, a destroyer, 2 fighters, another destroyer. Only downside is then I have to keep 3 in my fleet pool, and I don't want to keep 3 in my fleet pool. So what if we did 2 cruisers? There we go. That's a happy medium. They gave me another trade good. I'd do something more, but I can't. Yeah, more ships equals good. Alright, I think we're ready to pass. I understand. Let's look at these commodities. Got 1 and a green. I wouldn't mind a green. Okay, I'll send them 1, 2, 3. I want 1 and a green from Barony. Dang, I forgot about my secret. I mean, I'll still be fine scoring my secret, I just... Okay, let's look back at this. So, your infantry participate... Only infantry! That's fascinating, not mechs. And the upgrade path is unrelated to infantry upgrades? Interesting. I don't remember what this symbol is down here. I think it's a wild tech skip, but I'll have I think that is what it is. But obviously this was before Thunder's Edge. Breakthroughs kind of addressed what I was trying to address there. 1 capacity to another ship in this system that has capacity. Destroyer Scout. It's a faction destroyer. It gets bombardment instead of AFB. It loses AFB? What the hell? To any other ship in the system that has capacity. Move 3, combat 9. So the combat doesn't improve. And it loses. I want to rework this. This is my favorite. Bigote. Obviously this is all themed after, sort of in the theme of Bigotes. Sounds like bigot. It's a robot. When you spend influence, you may what? Oh, there it is. When you spend an influence, you may exhaust this card to use comms as influence 2. So if you spend at least 1 influence, you may exhaust this card to use comms as influence 2. Oh, that's their leader. That's cool. Or their agent. One of their leaders. That's neat. Duplicator. This was cool. Oh, I remember it was. Choose objectives to score. Pass. You were right. More ships was better. I wish I had built 3. Yeah, that does. This definitely seems like something where I just was. Actually, I remember I was coming off an acid trip, and I was going to a. I'd been up all night, and I was going to a in-person Twilight Imperium, and I was actually just like really throwing shit at the wall because I thought I was gonna print this on my way up there, and then so I was way too focused on. Maybe I was approaching it from like what do I want to play? I mean, this is crazy. 5050, get $5 worth of influence from this. Maybe if the Y planet was 00, we're starting to look at place this card in your play area. After another player plays an action card, place it on this card. At the beginning of your turn, add it to your hand and return this card. That's neat. It's a duplicator. Wait, there's a couple. I think actually Barony's Breakthrough does this, or not something, right? Where like there's something where like when action cards are discarded, they're instead put on a. Is it a relic in Thunder's Edge? Anytime except during combat, you may spend 1 influence to replace this unit with 2 infantry. That's funny, only because the 2 infantry is. And then it takes more capacity, but you can capacity here. I mean, I can see the logic in this. The lizard faction, that's who it is. Redistribute tokens. Yeah, we're gonna go down 1, 2, 3. Thank you for knowing that. So yeah, I'd rethink this. I'd probably change it to be duplicating something else, not action cards. I do like this though. I like the planetary bridge idea. Like when you activate, you can freely move infantry across the bridge. I like that your infantry are fighting. I like the flagship. I like the name. This page is excellent. This is. I think it would be interesting to like, maybe if your comms were at a 2-to-1 cost, like when you, at any time you may exhaust this card to use commodities at a value of 1/2 for influence only. If that were the case, I mean, I think this is fine too. Split into 2 infantry. I think that's just, it's very yin yang. It fits with it. I don't like the ray guns. That should cost influence for them to 1 influence per infantry to participate in combat when an agenda is revealed. What are we looking at here? Enforced travel ban. Let's just see, do we have any wins or afters? We don't, so we're gonna pass on all these. So we're gonna play passive for a second. I don't like these destroyers. I think the bombardment's fun. It should give capacity is cool. It's a scout. Destroyer scout, it moves 3. That's unique, but their combat doesn't. It should get I don't know, it just sounds like Argent Flight. Yeah. There need clever name 12. Clever name 1, 2. The Gote is iconic. Honestly, that drawing, I actually had that as my profile pic for a while. Yeah, I don't see Planet Y anywhere. So, yeah, it needs some heavy reworks. There you go. Elite homebrew. Oh, wait, we got a commander here. Hold up. Oh, here's Planet Y. Oh, it was me. Oh, this is, yeah, this, you can definitely tell this was after an acid trip. I'm like Planet X and Y. It's all about human, like, self-referential. The mech turns into 2 infantry, and the infantry can't be left alone with each other. And there's a planetary bridge, and there's a robot that's a bigot. The orator, when you spend influence, you can use your comms, like, because I don't need other people to trade with. I can use my comms using my agent. Okay, I'm starting to like, and then the duplicator is kind of fun. It's relatively reminiscent of the mech, like being flexible. But where did it go? Here it is. This is the one. Unlock. Return a promissory note from your play area. That's neat. To unlock your commander. Or is it your hero that unlocks? I don't. Cast votes. I have 23. I'm gonna rock this vote. There's only one wormhole. It's here. I'll vote 2 against. Yeah, it doesn't affect anything. Okay. Oh, it was me. So that's the thing. It's like because the flavor text on Planet X was like finding your other half, but really the planets are already connected. They're the same planet. Oh, it was me. I think Planet X and Y would be neat if when you yeah, it's just ruthless asshole. Look at it. Commander Namore. Oh yeah, I like that name. Commander Namore. Ruthless asshole. heroin addict, but I think it was meant to be like hero, not heroin. Well, I mean, I don't care. Why does they look like that? They look like the descendants of Draco from Eclipse, if you've seen. I'll pull that up. Eclipse descendants Draco. Yeah. There they are. That's the old version of Eclipse. Look at him. Yo. Cooked. That actually is like in sort of eerily I mean, it's eerie as a character, but it's eerily similar. Refill your commodities? That's fucking busted. That's Zach Markerberg, heroin addict, refill your commodities. Oh, it's the hero. Okay, you know what? Okay, that hero makes sense. Yeah, 1-to-1, honestly. And I think accidentally, though I'm sure I recognized it as soon as I did it. That's it. You know what? You know what this does? Their hero is mid. Is absolutely. This really takes the whole like Overton window of what is good and what is bad, where like commodities should be minor, and then like your hero should be a crazy cool action. My commodities are crazy strong with that agent, like you said, but this hero like just kind of is super soft. I don't know. Interesting. When one or more of your units use AFB, anti-fighter barrage, I hated how bad AFB. It exists on one unit, basically, and it never hits. Minister of Sciences. Retech. It plays the faction strings already. Yeah, so at least I got the theming down. Turn a promissory note from your play area. That needs to be rethought, but that was because I felt like promissory notes didn't move around enough, especially like supports. Resolve merely after an agenda to build. Okay. Let's take one last second at this. Excess hits must be assigned to non-fighter ships. This is a really cool commander. That makes AFB totally useful. Yeah, you know what? I totally can see how this made sense in my mind, even when I had something so incomprehensible as the Destroyer 2 losing AFB. It's because it's like, okay, if you're going to turn your Destroyer into a scout, it gets 3 movement and it gives capacity, and but that gets weak because it won't hit because it only hits on 9s. and you lose out on your commander ability of AFB, which I think made sense. I'd have to pull it up again. I don't know. It's silly. I would actually love to rework that. Oh, I never heard of Ascendant Empires. The Mock Tribe. Work in progress. Okay. Now that looks like Descendants of Draco, or at least the new one. Am I going crazy? Just barely had it. Yeah, there you go. See? Oh my god, we are destined. Look at that. Mine was Descendants, the old version, yours is the new. Wow, that's even the pointy ears. And the spear, look at that little point on the left. Kind of vibes with that. Okay. Mock flagship. Kindred of Amalmock. Ooh, I like that. When you perform a tactical action, you may discard an action card to apply +1 to the ship's movement. That's awesome. Capacity 3, combat 5, move 1. Yeah, flagships being so slow is... I like this. Yeah, it gives them more reason to use discards as well. It's up. Is it an upside down? I like that. Now it's a pentagram. Oh, Gillo, I love you. I am a Satanist and everything. Double agents. I mean, just all for fun. Commodities 3. Operation overload. When the player exceeds maximum number of action card and size, you may force that player to give you all of their action cards. That's dope. That's amazing. I like that. Or at least any action cards discarded. Yeah, I like that actually. Yusara already steals shit, so it would be nice if it was the ones you discard, but that doesn't happen enough. Let's see what your double agents is. Give an action card from your hand to another player that has not passed. Oh, that's neat. I am a huge fan of abilities that aren't like clearly buffs, or like this is just a useful, like you can, for an action, which is a nice stall, you can give an action card. It means that Hakan is not the only one that can trade action cards. I like abilities that like open up things that normally don't happen. So like yours is make your flagship move 3 with grav drive. That doesn't normally happen with flank speed. Double agents. Now you can actually give other people action cards without using your promissory note or being Hakan. Like it sort of opens up the play space of 2 carriers, a destroyer, 3 infantry. Nice. Oh no, 5 infantries. It's a lot, but probably appropriate. You either choose neural motivator or predictive intelligence. Love it. I don't remember. Rip. Okay, let's keep looking at this. I was really liking this. Complexity, action colors. Discard the mock. Operation Stabilizer. This is card in your player area. The Mock Tribe cannot use their operational... Oh, that's... You know what? Love those. That's kind of like Stymie. That's nice. You could sell it to someone who likes getting lots of action cards and doesn't want to have to worry about it. When you would give an action card to another player, you may spend 1 commodity or trigger to force them to draw an action. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that combos with it really interestingly. It works well with, you start with Neural Motivator. You don't do Neural Motivator, you do Predictive. Ooh, interesting. I've noticed a lot of the lower text feel like you want them both, but if you already have one, it's not worth getting the other. And that's like with most, like if I have Anti-Mass as Barony, I hate getting DET, even though I do it a lot, because it feels like I could be getting Grav Drive. So if you start with Neural Motivator, which you really want, you won't want to do Malmec. You want to actually start working on getting to hypermetabolism. I guess Malmec would be nice, but you know, they're both a 1. Well, there's no prerequisites for neural. Okay, so then neural gets you Malmec. Okay, actually that feels better. Then you've got 2. You can grab neural hypermetabolism, and then you can get data security implant, which is action. Exhaust this card, discard 2 action cards, then select player to draw that many action cards. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. It's a stall action still. It's not putting out your mechs, because you easily get rid of all your mechs normally with the original. Then select a player to draw that many. These are cool. Yeah, you sell those. I like this. I like this a lot. I don't understand breakthroughs well enough to like. If you resolve double agent, you may discard additional action. That's cool. I like that since you're going yellows and greens, this gives you kind of a like it feels like fleet logistics where you don't have to choose between a stall. That's the only downside of like having a lot of stall actions is sometimes you want to do them, but like doing actions sooner is more important. So this one allows you to sort of wedge that in. Do they follow the is this the starting units and choose one of the following for Yssaril? I don't remember. I could pull them up. But if that mimics that, or if it's flagship, yeah, we get it. Okay. Oh, if I do trade, I won't go second. Politics, I will go second. Politics it is. Oh, cool. Oh, they start with neural motivator? Interesting. Yeah, not horrible to give the option. Mech. When another player would draw an action card, you may remove this unit from the game board. That player draws 1 additional. Interesting. You have a few of these that are getting other people action cards. Oh. But if that ever works with your synergy, ever synergizes with your where it like overloads, that's hilarious. You remove a mech and then you get 6 action cards from someone or something. I guess 7 or 8. It would be 8. Whoa. Exhaust this card, draw 3 action cards, then give 3 action cards from your hand. Yeah, so you're really leaning into that. I like it. Use your operational overload ability. Once you do it once, then you can start doing it. Use your maximum action card. Don't you already have an unlimited? Oh, they don't. You're saying that this faction doesn't already start with an unlimited. Or wait, I didn't notice anywhere because you also have a hand limit of 7. You know what? I would say that is sloppy, except for there are so many shit action cards in this game now that you have turned Yssaril from being like what made sense when the action card deck was what it was to now being the filter. They're the great filter of action cards. Get them all, bring them down to 7 unless they have a few. Yeah, it's good. I think this is a really tasteful. You really might consider retheming them. Actually, this is just great. Yeah, I like that. That commander, it also obviously, if you have your alliance promissory note, they would get the same ability, which everyone else would really love. This is cool. Clone of Key, 3 scored objectives. Ready your agent and place this card near the game board. You can have any number of action cards in your hand during this game round. Nice, solid. I like those ones that are like this whole round. Hee hee hee. This looks so alien. Yes, you cannot. But you could likely make a transaction because of the ability to give draw. Nice. And you gain 8 plus cards. That you choose. Yeah, they're filtering through. That's great. There's a lot of useless action cards now, I think. Lord Von God. What are we saying? Day after. What? Alright, we're gonna decompress. We'll wind down this shorter stream by just taking my turns in my other games. There was an action card played. What was it? Uprising, Hope's End, you too. What votes to cast? Seat of an Empire? Player with the most gains a point. They voted against? Oh, they only have one. Abstained? I'm the speaker. Oh, that was actually dog water. I'm glad this is all on stream. I'm having just the best fucking select all planets. Yeah. We're gonna go 4 and break the tie for me. Oh, that's. I think maybe Dogwater was intentionally doing no, because they're Saar. They're not even the loser. Dude. All right, we're going 4. Do I have their supports yet? I don't. Here, I'll offer my support or support for the throne, and I'll just say GG. I actually want theirs yellow, and then support for the throne. Five and 2. Couple bombards. Oh, but they can't. And my home system is super well defended, 4 on each. Plus they only have 1. Plus I'm Barony, so I can put out mechs. Like, I take Imperial, that's the game. GG's. Well, thank you so much for watching. You just saw some real interesting stuff, from a busted faction to a busted round 1 to a busted endgame. To a busted breakdown of Yssaril. Well, I do appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll get this posted on YouTube, and we'll take another look at the humankind. But until further notice, thanks again. Thanks for playing. I really, just as a reminder, all I really care about is getting more people to play Twilight Imperium and sharing. It's the most board game, I think. And I have a bunch of board games, so I love Twilight Wars. And I hope that you will too. Join me for the next game. Maybe you can be Saar. Bye.